Over the years, I have developed a few habits that really help me to set the tone for the day as a busy mom who, has a house to run and who works pretty much full time and who has a bunch of little kids. It definitely is important for me to be intentional, especially in those first few hours of the day, to really set myself up for success as far as energizing myself, doing some things that just make me feel happy, and that also in turn will make me a lot more productive throughout the day. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 6 things I like to do or try to do to set the tone for the day to really boost my mood and also my productivity. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Becca. I'm a mom of 4. This is my youngest. She is just about 3 weeks old, and I am a busy mom. I cook a lot of our food from scratch. I work full time doing YouTube and social media. I'm a dietitian. I've got a lot on my plate. I love what I do, but it definitely keeps me very busy, and I have to be very intentional about setting the tone for the day. Now, I try and do these things in all seasons of life, but postpartum especially, I feel like this is such an important time to do a few things for yourself that just make you feel good, make you feel better, make you have more energy, make you feel more motivated, because this is like it can be a really difficult time. Not sleeping super well. I'm sure if you've had a baby, you've been in that boat. And it's just very demanding, like you've got this little teeny baby and she's pretty much on me all day long. And she is my 4th, so at this point I'm pretty used to it. But it is still the same amount of demand, and I just wanted to make this video because now that she's a few weeks old, I'm slowly getting back, one step at a time into my usual routine, which feels so good. And I just wanted to share these things with you in hopes that maybe it will help somebody else out there, especially my postpartum moms. But really, these are all great tips to help set the tone for the day, no matter what season of life that you're in. The first thing is getting ready. Even if you have no plans that day to leave the house, if you have nothing going on, if you can get yourself dressed and get yourself ready, for me, that means putting on some real clothes, whatever I can fit into basically. And also like putting a little bit of makeup on, spending 5 to 10 minutes just putting a little bit of makeup on. I also like to have my hair done. It's not right now, but postpartum, it's a journey. But anyway, so I like to get myself ready on the days that I do that, or really I should say on the days that I don't do that, because I typically do it most of the time. On the days that I don't do that, I just feel more sluggish. I just feel like I don't have much direction for the day. Like if I just kind of stay in like sweatpants or pajamas or like comfy clothes, sometimes even like leggings, depending on like what I'm wearing. If I'm just in like comfy, like loungy attire, I feel like it just sends the message to my brain of like, we're in relaxation mode. Like we don't really need to be productive. We don't need to like think about all the things we need to get done. We just, we're just like here to relax. So, there's certainly a time and a place for that. And especially when she was like firstborn. I mean, she's still very young, but like I said, I'm easing back into my routines. But, when I am just like lounging around, clothing wise, I feel like my brain just also wants to lounge around. The next thing is to make my bed. I know this is a key, morning routine for a lot of people. And I have to be honest, I'm not like the best about making my bed. I'm not someone where it's like an ingrained habit that I do every single day. But I'm trying to get better at it. And it is something that makes a huge difference, especially when I do it like first thing in the morning, like after we've kind of like gotten the day underway. I just feel like it's like a task that you can cross off your list, that makes you feel accomplished, and it kind of gets the ball rolling. But also it's just like so visually appealing, like to see a messy bed and then to see a clean bed. I feel like it's just one of those things that in your brain, it just makes you feel really good. It makes you feel more organized. It makes you feel like you are on top of things, and all of those like little things that you can do that kind of like tell your brain that you're in this kind of mode, I feel like helps so much, and making my bed is definitely one of those things. I should also mention, I've been trying to, when I make my bed, also just like straighten up our room a little bit. Especially in postpartum, I spend a lot more time in our room sitting on our bed nursing than I typically would. So any kind of like stuff that's starting to clutter up bothers me 10 times more because I'm just in there and I see it. So just cleaning off the dresser, like making sure to get rid of any dirty diapers I changed overnight, and just like straightening, you know, once the bed is made, making sure there's no random toys my kids brought in laying on the floor, and just having the room be neat and tidy is, again, amazing. It makes you feel accomplished. It's one of those visually, it just makes you feel more organized and on top of things. And if you're doing it every single day, it takes 2 minutes because things just don't really have a lot of time to build up. The next thing I like to do each morning or each day to set the tone, and this is a huge one for me, and that is getting our diffusers going. I have been diffusing oils for years now. There is something so therapeutic about good smells in your house. I'm not a big candle user. I ditched those years ago because they always gave me headaches, and I just don't want all those toxins like in my air for all of us, including my kids, to breathe in. So I am all about the oils. So every morning I like to diffuse citrus oils. I've been doing this like every day for years, literally, and it makes such a big difference. Having just like those bright, fresh oils like pumping in the air, it just makes you feel giddy. It makes you feel energized. It's just so uplifting, and I just absolutely like cannot live without that. And I love that you can kind of change it up, like depending on your mood or the season. I can add in different oils to make it like more cozy and spicy if it's fall, or like really double down on the citrus. Like right now in spring, it's like all I want. And it's just like such a wonderful habit that adds like such a background layer of like calm, and just like I said, it's very uplifting, and I just absolutely love diffusing. And also, I wanted to mention, if you don't have Young Living oils yet, there is a really fun promo going on until March 31st, if you're watching this video in real time, where if you place your first order of 100 PV, which is like about $100, if you grab any of the starter kits, which is what I recommend, you'll hit that, you'll get a free Luscious Lemon hand soap, which is like the most divine smelling, perfect for spring hand soap. It's like on all of our sinks right now, and it smells so good. It's obviously lemony, but it also has like ylang ylang and spearmint in there. Oh, it smells so, so good. You will be obsessed. That's like one of my springtime obsessions. You can buy the oil too, and I diffuse that all the time starting spring. And if you make that first 100 PV order a loyalty order, you'll also get a free bottle of Jade Lemon, which is one of my favorite citrus oils to diffuse. It basically smells like lemon lime. It is so, so good, and it's just like that perfect, bright, citrusy, fresh oil to wake you up in the morning or just to make your house smell super clean. The next thing is make myself a latte. If you have been following me for a long time, you know that I have such a deep love for my espresso machine. We got one, I think it's like 3 or so years ago now, made the investment. It's definitely an investment, but man, is it so worth it. And honestly, if you're someone who goes out and buys coffee a lot, it will pay itself off over time, because we literally never go out for coffee anymore. Like Starbucks, nothing tastes as good as what I can make at home. I am just such a lover of lattes. Right now that it's spring and things are starting to like warm up a little bit, I'm all about the iced lattes. In the winter time, I love like a hot, frothy latte, but there's just something about a good cup of coffee. I know so many of you out there know exactly what I'm talking about. That just really makes me happy. It brings me joy. It's like a few minutes where I am actually like making something. Like it's not just slapped together. It's not like, you know, a crappy cup of coffee. Like I'm taking a few minutes out of my day to make this. It's a lot faster when you're making an iced one, but there's just something about it. It's just such a ritual for me. I'm not even a big caffeine person. I drink mostly decaf with like a few regular beans thrown in there just for like a little kick, but I really don't drink it for the caffeine really. It's more so because I just love the taste. It just brings me joy, and it's something that I look forward to every morning and totally just sets me up for like a happy, productive mood. The next thing is background music. I feel like you cannot overstate like the effect that some music going in the background can have on just like the vibe and the vibe really of your home. One of the best investments for our house we ever made was buying a couple of decent like speakers that we can play music through just like from our phone. And having that going, especially like putting it on first thing in the morning, it's such like a mood lifter. It's such an energizer. And obviously you can change this up all the time. We have a Spotify account, so there's endless playlists. I've definitely mentioned this here on my channel before, but I love any of like their dinner playlists. They have like a Dinner with Friends, I think it's called. I love like, sometimes we'll put on like country music. I love putting on just like the Jamestown Revival. I like having them going in the background, like when I'm cooking dinner. I love a little Jackson Brown going. I mean, everybody has their music taste, right? So like whatever you listen to, whatever you love, put it on and just let it go in the background. Maybe you're listening to like a little bit of jazz. Sometimes I put classical music on. Like it just totally depends on, what vibe I'm going for and what I'm in the mood for, but it just makes all the difference. And on the days where we don't have like that soft background music playing, something is just totally missing and the day just feels more like banal and I just feel less energized. It really makes such a big difference. Okay, and the last thing I wanted to mention is actually not something I'm doing right now, just based on the season that I'm in, very much in that postpartum life, but that is waking up before my kids. And I wanted to mention this because it is so profound and it has like such a big effect on my entire day when I do it that I didn't want to leave it out of this video just because I'm like in this like temporary period of not doing it right now. So usually once she's waking up like once, maybe twice a night and going right back to sleep, I'll be able to start doing this again. But I've shared in previous videos, like morning routines and things like that, where typically what I like to do is I like to get up before my kids so that I can have that quiet time. Usually it involves like a little bit of maybe like a Bible study or reading the Bible, getting myself ready, putting makeup on, like doing all those things that are harder to do with kids around, like doing that first thing in the morning. And it's like, it's all about me at that point. Like I am just focused on myself. I'm not serving anybody else. I'm just worried about what I need to do and what I want to do. And that is such an amazing way to fill my cup up in the morning. Especially because I am an introvert. So, I mean, I obviously love my kids to death, but being surrounded by people all day, especially when they need a lot from you. I mean, it's so draining. And it's funny because every night when I'm like putting my kids to bed, I'm like, I could literally go to bed right now. Like I could fall asleep right now as we're like doing the bedtime routine. And then the minute they're all asleep and the house is quiet, I get such a rush of energy because I'm like, okay, I'm like not surrounded by people. It's like draining my energy. Like it's such an introvert thing. So for me, having that time also in the morning so I can like bookend my day with that. I cannot stress enough to my fellow moms out there, getting up before your kids, even though it's hard to get out of bed, and just spending a little time with your dear old self, or maybe with your spouse. Like it is one of the best things that you can do for yourself. And it is so, so, so worth it. Okay, you guys, so those are all of my tips for how to set the tone for the day. I hope that, maybe you can take one or two of these and implement in your routine if you haven't yet, and see how it serves you and see how it makes you feel. And your tips or your steps, let's say, might look different than mine, but hopefully this can at least inspire you to figure out what it is that would kind of fill up your cup and boost your mood and get like the juices flowing each morning for you, because it really does make all the difference. So that is all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have yet to subscribe, I would absolutely love for you to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for notifications, and then of course, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what other kind of videos you would like to see in the future here on my channel. But again, that's all I have. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.